What if I were to tell you that Edgar Cayce, the most extensively documented psychic in America, outlined precisely what occurs to your soul after you pass away through more than 14,000 verified readings? And imagine that these readings identified 7 unique spiritual realms that every soul must traverse. With descriptions so comprehensive, they even astonished his stenographer. Before we explore these astonishing insights that could transform your understanding of the afterlife, don't forget to click that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. What you're about to uncover from Cayce's archives will confront every belief you hold about consciousness, death, and spiritual development. Have you ever considered what Edgar Cayce perceived during his renowned trance sessions when he recounted the path of souls after departing from their physical forms? In the next 28 minutes, I'll guide you through his most significant insights regarding the 7 spiritual dimensions that your consciousness will encounter. This includes verified instances of souls he traced through several lifetimes, along with startling predictions about humanity's spiritual growth that are manifesting right now in 2025. Starting from his humble origins in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, he rose to become the most extensively documented psychic in American history at Virginia Beach, where he accessed what he referred to as the Akashic Records more than 14,000 times. However, it was his revelations concerning the afterlife that left even the most skeptical researchers at the Edgar Cayce Foundation utterly astounded. These were not mere ambiguous spiritual cliches. Cayce disclosed specific names, dates, and verifiable information regarding souls making transitions across 7 distinct realms of consciousness. But here's where it becomes truly astonishing. In reading 5749-3, Cayce outlined a soul's journey through what he referred to as planetary sojourns. 3 years later, a woman named Sarah Thompson from Richmond, Virginia, approached him for a life reading. Remarkably, without any previous knowledge of her history, Cayce traced her soul's path through 6 prior lifetimes, accurately depicting personality traits, fears, and talents that aligned perfectly with her current life experiences. Her family corroborated details about ancestors that Cayce could not have known through ordinary means. This transforms our comprehension of consciousness post-death entirely. Many believe that death signifies either total annihilation or instant evaluation. However, Cayce's insights disclosed a much more intricate and fascinating procedure. Instead of merely ascending to paradise or vanishing into void, every soul, as his recorded transgressions indicate, undertakes a methodical voyage through 7 distinct domains, each crafted to facilitate the soul's preparation for its upcoming stage of spiritual growth. The initial realm that Cayce frequently detailed occurs right after physical death. He termed it the borderland and elaborated on it in reading 136-83, indicating that souls who have recently crossed over tend to linger close to the earthly plane, often unaware of their own demise. This is not a notion akin to a medieval purgatory. Cayce portrayed it as a dimension where consciousness continues to resonate at frequencies akin to physical matter, enabling newly departed souls to slowly acclimate to a non-physical form of existence. This revelation astonished researchers at the Association for Research and Enlightenment located in Virginia Beach. Cayce offered concrete instances of souls trapped in this transitional realm. One documented case from 1934 featured a Civil War soldier who roamed battlefields for 7 decades, hindered from progressing due to his deep-seated desire for earthly vengeance. The reading revealed his name, regiment, and the exact battle in which he perished, information that was subsequently confirmed through military documentation. However, the intriguing aspect that relates to your current spiritual journey is Cayce's assertion that souls remain in this borderland, not as a form of punishment or due to sin, but because of unresolved mental and emotional attachments. Reflect on your own experiences. What anxieties, grudges, or fixations could anchor your awareness to established habits even after passing away? This is a pattern interruption, as the insights I'm about to share from the reading 262.89 will drastically alter your perception of spiritual realms. Cayce explained that souls in the interim state can actively connect with their living relatives through dreams, synchronicities, and phenomena we now refer to as paranormal occurrences. He offered particular methods that living family members could utilize to assist transitioning souls in letting go of their earthly bonds and progressing in their spiritual development. This is where the second realm becomes essential for grasping your soul's growth. Cayce referred to this as the realm of desire, a space where consciousness faces all the unfulfilled wants, needs, and cravings stemming from physical life. However, it's important to clarify that this isn't about ceaseless suffering. In reading 9147, Cayce stated that souls utilize this realm as a means of purification, allowing them to encounter the true essence of their earthly desires free from physical constraints. Here's a heads up. In just 3 minutes, I will share the reading that outlines how souls can expedite their journey through these realms. But first, it's crucial to grasp why the desire realm is, in fact, a blessing for consciousness. Not a form of punishment. Picture having the opportunity to explore every fantasy, every dream left unmet, and every desire you've ever yearned for, all with the enhanced awareness of a soul free from the confines of physical existence. It seems incredible, doesn't it? Here's what Cayce uncovered that transforms everything. Within the realm of desire, consciousness swiftly understands that external situations do not offer enduring satisfaction. This awareness is gained not through admonition or penalty, but through personal experience. Cayce recorded a case in reading 14:7-11, illustrating a soul that had fixated on amassing wealth throughout its earthly existence. This soul spent what appeared to be centuries in the desire realm, seeking endless riches, only to realize that even boundless material wealth felt empty without a spiritual purpose. This insight naturally guided the soul toward the third realm, without any outside influence or judgment. What is truly groundbreaking about Cayce's accounts of these spiritual dimensions is that, contrary to conventional religious views of afterlife rewards and punishments, he indicated that souls progress through these realms based on their own development of consciousness rather than external evaluation. Each realm functions simultaneously as a learning environment and a healing space, catering to specific aspects of spiritual growth. The third realm alters our perception of spiritual development post-death entirely. Cayce referred to it as the mental realm, a space where souls concentrate on grasping the cognitive patterns and belief systems that influenced their earthly lives. You can consider it a form of cosmic therapy, allowing consciousness to finally gain clarity on how thoughts, beliefs, and mental routines have shaped their life experiences. The astonishing aspect from reading 57:5-1 is that Cayce depicted souls within the mental realm collaborating with what he termed counselor entities. Advanced souls assist those who have recently transitioned by clarifying the link between thought patterns and the experiences they bring about. These entities weren't religious figures or angels in a conventional sense, but rather souls who had already grasped the lessons of the mental sphere and opted to guide others on their journeys. Be prepared for a shift in perspective, as what I'm about to share regarding the fourth realm may astonish you. In his readings, particularly 1567-2, Cayce spoke of a dimension he referred to as the causal realm, where souls recognize the interconnectedness of their actions through various lifetimes. However, this concept doesn't revolve around karma as a form of punishment. According to Cayce's documented trans states, souls within this realm encounter significant healing as they comprehend how each choice, action, and thought weaves into the universal tapestry of consciousness. Are you beginning to appreciate the intricate design of these spiritual dimensions? Each realm has a unique function in evolution of consciousness, guiding it toward elevated states of spiritual service and comprehension. Cayce wasn't outlining random spiritual landscapes. He was detailing a systematic approach to soul growth that persists even after physical death. This is where the insights mentioned earlier become essential. Recall that I pointed out the ability of souls to speed up their progress through these realms. In his discussion of reading 281:16, Cayce noted that consciousness has the potential to engage with spiritual realms even while in a physical body. This can be achieved through practices such as meditation, acts of selfless service, and what he termed attunement to divine consciousness. Essentially, the spiritual efforts you undertake in your current life are intricately linked to your soul's journey in the afterlife. Each moment you practice forgiveness, every act of kindness, and every decision to embrace love over fear actively prepares your consciousness for more seamless transitions across these spiritual levels. However, the fifth realm introduces an insight that could fundamentally alter your perspective on spiritual growth. Cayce referred to it as the intuitional realm, where souls cultivate what he described as cosmic consciousness, an ability to directly grasp universal truths without the interference of rational thought or emotional biases. In reading 266:60, Cayce presented a particular instance of a soul that had achieved mastery over the intuitional domain, enabling it to grasp the spiritual teachings within any earthly situation immediately. This soul embodied what Cayce termed the Christ consciousness, which he defined not as a religious idea, but as an awareness that perceives the divine nature present in all aspects of creation. What is truly groundbreaking about this insight is that, according to Cayce's interpretations, souls do not simply graduate from these realms once and for all. Rather, consciousness has the option to return to physical existence from any of these dimensions in order to contribute to the spiritual advancement of humanity. This clarifies why certain individuals appear to possess exceptional wisdom, empathy, or spiritual gifts from birth. The resolution time of open loops is significant, as the sixth realm mentioned in reading 57:49-14 unveils the ultimate aim of this entire spiritual journey. Cayce referred to it as the realm of service, where souls that have successfully learned from the earlier dimensions select their subsequent phase of spiritual contribution. Some souls decide to assist others in navigating the afterlife realms, while others opt to reincarnate as spiritual instructors, and some prefer to operate behind the scenes, subtly guiding human consciousness toward deeper love and understanding. However, what really sent shivers down my spine when I first encountered it in the archives of the Edgar Cayce Foundation was this particular revelation. Entities in the realm of service have the ability to affect occurrences on Earth through what Cayce referred to as spiritual intercession. They do not interfere with free will. Rather, they facilitate chances for consciousness to embrace love, healing, and spiritual advancement. Reflect on the times in your life when you sensed an inexplicable guidance toward a choice that resulted in significant positive transformations. Cayce's readings suggest that you may have been aided by souls in the service realm who saw a chance to contribute to your spiritual growth. The seventh and ultimate realm completely alters our understanding of spiritual evolution. Cayce referred to it as the domain of cosmic awareness, where personal soul identity integrates with the universal divine consciousness, all the while preserving its distinct expression. This concept does not imply a loss of individuality. Rather, it signifies an expansion that includes all of creation. In reading 90275, Cayce depicted souls within this domain as having access to what he termed the mind of God, the source of creative intelligence that underlies all existence. Yet, what is truly remarkable about this depiction is that these souls do not exist in a state of joyful solitude. They are actively involved in fostering opportunities for spiritual growth across the universe. Now hold on, because what I'm about to reveal concerning Cayce's predictions related to these spiritual realms will tie directly to our current reality. In several readings from the 1930s and 1940s, he forecasted that humanity would enter a phase of rapid spiritual awakening by around 2025, during which more individuals would start to consciously access these dimensions of the afterlife while still embodied. Does this ring a bell? Take a look at the surge of interest in meditation, near-death experiences, psychic phenomena, and spiritual healing that is taking place right now in America and globally. Based on Cayce's recorded predictions, we are currently in a unique era where the barrier separating the physical and spiritual realms is diminishing, enabling more individuals to personally connect with these states of consciousness. This has significant implications for your spiritual path at this moment. The 7 realms that Cayce outlined serve not merely as guides to the afterlife, but as various dimensions of awareness. You can start your exploration right away through committed spiritual practices. Each deep meditation session, every sincere act of forgiveness, and every moment of selfless service helps you align your consciousness with these elevated spiritual vibrations. Hold on, because there's something truly remarkable within Cayce's insights regarding these spiritual dimensions. In reading 25468, he disclosed that the souls currently incarnated on Earth at this moment are, in fact, volunteers from elevated spiritual realms. These individuals chose to embody in order to aid the evolution of humanity's consciousness. This suggests that you, watching this video right now, may be one of those souls who volunteered to help establish spiritual awareness on Earth during this pivotal time in human history. Doesn't that notion send shivers down your spine? It certainly clarifies why you feel drawn to this type of spiritual knowledge, while many others remain preoccupied solely with material matters. Here's a transformative application that alters everything. Based on Cayce's insights, you're not obligated to wait for death to gain from comprehending these spiritual dimensions. Every level aligns with certain facets of consciousness advancement that you can engage with immediately. The Borderland instructs you to let go of your attachment to fleeting aspects. Meanwhile, the Desire realm clarifies the distinction between mere wanting and genuine satisfaction. The Mental dimension assists you in grasping how your thoughts shape experiences. The Causal dimension uncovers the connections among all your decisions and actions. The Intuitional dimension enhances your capacity to directly sense truth. The Service dimension presents avenues for spiritual contribution, while the Cosmic Consciousness dimension links you to universal divine awareness, all while preserving your individual expression. Reflect on which of these aspects of consciousness development resonates with you the most at this moment. This is likely the spiritual dimension that your soul is prepared to delve into further during this lifetime. However, what truly astonished researchers in Virginia Beach when they analyzed Cayce's insights on the journey after death was the notion that souls do not traverse these realms in solitude. In numerous readings, he detailed what he referred to as soul groups, families of consciousness that aid one another's spiritual growth throughout various lifetimes and dimensions. This indicates that those you feel a deep, unexplainable bond with in your present life are part of this phenomenon. The individuals you encounter and feel an instant connection with may very well be part of your spiritual family, navigating these planes alongside you. Some exist in physical form, while others offer their support from higher realms. This means you're never truly solitary in your spiritual journey. A documented example that perfectly captures this dynamic within soul groups is found in the readings of 2031, where Cayce recounted the story of a woman whose husband perished in World War II. During his trance, he provided detailed evidence demonstrating the husband's continued existence and explained how he was assisting his wife from the afterlife to achieve her spiritual goals on Earth. 3 years later, inspired by motivations that appeared to arise from a higher consciousness, the woman established a healing center that positively impacted thousands of veterans. Do you start to recognize the remarkable intelligence and compassion that underlie these spiritual realms? This is not a coincidental cosmic administration. Rather, it is a thoughtfully crafted system aimed at the evolution of consciousness, functioning on both personal and communal scales. This is precisely where Cayce's insights become remarkably relevant to our present situation. In several sessions conducted during the 1940s, he foresaw that approximately in 2025, humanity would encounter a pivotal decision between spiritual advancement and material decay. He indicated that this period would witness a significant influx of souls from higher dimensions, coming to Earth to help solidify new levels of awareness. Take a moment to observe the current situation. We are facing climate change, social unrest, and rapid technological progress that has the potential to either uplift or threaten human awareness. As outlined in Cayce's recorded prophecies, we are in a pivotal moment where grasping these spiritual dimensions is essential for the survival and advancement of humanity. However, there's an optimistic aspect that reassures me about our future. Cayce repeatedly pointed out that the souls coming into existence during this transformative era have, in past lives, already learned many of the lessons associated with these spiritual dimensions. You're not here to experience these lessons for the first time. Rather, you're here to recall what you already know and assist others in awakening to their spiritual essence. Each time you choose empathy instead of judgment, every instance you rely on intuitive insights rather than fear-driven thoughts, and every selfless act you do without seeking acknowledgement, you are effectively grounding the awareness of these elevated spiritual dimensions into the physical world. This is what makes the perspective on death and the afterlife truly transformative. As indicated in Cayce's teachings, the anxiety surrounding death arises from the misconception of equating consciousness with physical form, rather than understanding yourself as an eternal spiritual entity undergoing a temporary material experience. When you genuinely grasp that these 7 spiritual realms symbolize your soul's inherent path of evolution, death shifts from being an end to becoming a transition to heightened awareness and service. Consider the impact on your daily existence. Each interaction, every obstacle, and all opportunities present a moment to cultivate the consciousness attributes necessary for exploring these spiritual realms. Your life on Earth is intertwined with your spiritual path. It serves as an intensive course for achieving cosmic awareness. However, let me share the insight that transformed my perspective. In 90429, Cayce illustrated how souls can genuinely connect across various dimensions using what he referred to as the language of consciousness, a direct exchange of understanding that goes beyond mere words or ideas. Currently, as you delve into these spiritual aspects, it's possible that you are receiving guidance and assistance from higher dimensional souls that acknowledge your preparedness for such knowledge. Have you experienced an uptick in synchronicities, dreams, or intuitive insights while investigating spiritual themes? According to Cayce's teachings, these occurrences are not mere coincidences, but rather intentional communication from your spiritual family across dimensions. Now here's the concluding insight that elegantly connects all the elements. In reading 26277, Cayce clarified that the true aim of the 7 spiritual realms isn't about arriving at a final destination of eternal happiness. The aim is to cultivate awareness that can contribute to the continuous formation and progression of the universe itself. This indicates that your spiritual path, whether in a physical existence or within the realms of the afterlife, revolves around becoming a conscious participant in the divine creative process. You're not seeking to flee from the universe. Rather, you're learning to assist in its development toward deeper love, beauty, and understanding. Every soul that achieves mastery in these spiritual dimensions transforms into what Cayce referred to as a co-creator with divine consciousness, actively engaging in the emergence of new avenues for spiritual expression throughout the cosmos. This concept isn't merely beautiful, it is truly magnificent in its scope and significance. As we wrap up this exploration of Edgar Cayce's recorded insights into the 7 spiritual realms that your soul will encounter after death, keep in mind that this knowledge goes beyond mere intriguing metaphysical speculation. His readings suggest that grasping these dimensions while in physical existence helps you lead a life filled with greater meaning, reduced anxiety, and increased empathy for the spiritual paths of those around you. The challenges, relationships, and opportunities you face in your current life are all intended to enhance your consciousness, preparing you for these higher levels of awareness and service. Each day presents an opportunity to cultivate the traits necessary for gracefully navigating these spiritual dimensions and contributing to the advancement of consciousness throughout the cosmos. Every soul will eventually reach the 7 realms, but the way you experience them is wholly contingent upon the love, wisdom, and service you choose to nurture in this invaluable physical journey. You're not merely preparing for an afterlife. You are transforming into the spiritual being you were destined to become. If this exploration of Edgar Cayce's documented insights on the afterlife has opened up new avenues for your spiritual insight, be sure to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell so you won't miss our future in-depth discussions on his prophecies, healing methods, and insights into reincarnation. Feel free to share this video with anyone who is seeking a deeper understanding of death, consciousness, and spiritual growth. Additionally, tell me in the comments which of these 7 spiritual realms resonates most with your current spiritual path. Your soul already holds the answer.